Hello again, it's Matthew from Matthew North Music here. Now, I'm sure many of you are familiar with this album. This is Medal by Pink Floyd. It came out in 1971, and it's best known for the long track on side 2 called Echoes. And if you know that song, and if you don't, then you probably wouldn't be watching this video anyway. In the middle of Echoes, there's this passage where the guitar is making a sound that, to all intents and purposes, sounds like seagulls. Now, this is an effect that I always assumed was either done on a synthesizer or a keyboard, or it was a tape loop or something like that. But I was listening to an episode of Rock on Tours with Guy Pratt and Gary Kemp the other day, where they were talking to Youth, the well-known record producer and bass guitarist, also known as Martin Glover. And as a throwaway comment, it was just brought up about the seagulls on Echoes. And Guy Pratt said, that's a wah-wah pedal plugged in reverse. And this whole concept just blew my mind. I thought, really? And then I got thinking about how a wah-wah pedal works. Now, a wah-wah pedal is effectively a filter or a tone control that goes from one extreme to the other. When the pedal is in the forward position, then it's giving you lots of treble and not much bass. And when you flick it in the back position, it gives you lots of bass and not much treble. However, if you were to short out the output or to put a load on the output with something like a guitar, then it will cause the circuit to oscillate, which means it feeds back on itself and makes a sound. And by doing this, the pedal becomes an oscillator. And I'm now going to show you exactly what happens. For an amplifier then, all I'm using is my little Champ amp with a mic plugged into it, and that's going straight into my camera. And here we have a guitar and a wah-wah pedal. And if I play some strings and rock the wah-wah pedal, that is our kind of standard, what you would expect to hear from a wah-wah pedal. Now, if I do this little trick where I swap the input and the output around, so there's our output, there's our input. Our input goes into the output and our output goes into the input. So with it switched off, you just get a bog standard, it's just a clean signal going straight through the pedal. However, if we then switch the pedal on and we rock it, basically what we've got is an oscillator, because we've actually crowbarred the output through this guitar and it starts to oscillate when you rock it backwards. Now, if you listen to that, it's sort of sounding like the Gilmour Seagulls. However, there's a little bit more to it, and I'll show you how we do it. So as I rock the pedal backwards, we're getting that's kind of the sound that Gilmour had. But if we look at the guitar itself, we've got 3 controls, volume and 2 tones. Now, if I leave the pickup in the top position like that, we're getting like a lower frequency. Now, if I turn the volume down, you see it goes, the oscillation stops. However, if I move it to the middle position, we're getting that much louder sound there. And if I just turn the control down, we get nothing. But then if we turn the tone control right back and turn the volume control up and just start to turn the tone control, we get more variation in how it oscillates. And the same can be said if the position's in the 4th position and we engage this tone control and this tone control. Now, there's one other thing missing from this experiment, and that is to add some digital delay. Okay, so we've got the Boss BE5 multi-effects unit that I'd made a video about a little while ago, and the wah-wah pedal rocked back. And then here's the guitar, and you should be able to see our tone controls and our volume controls. The volume's up full, and I'm going to use the middle tone control, which is effective when this switch is having both pickups on. And if we just start to turn it, and then we have our very familiar seagulls type sound effect. And I'll do the same using this control here. Because this is lace sensor pickups rather than standard sort of Strat wiring, we've got this sort of double tone control stack thing here. So it doesn't quite have the same effect that that a normal Strat wiring would have had in the 70s, but now, the reason this is having an effect on the wah-wah pedal and we're getting different tones and different levels is because the guitar with the tone control is effectively a resistor and a capacitor. And this has an effect on an oscillator circuit, usually to change the frequency, or in this case, the frequency and the level. So the tone control is sort of doing that sort of frequency thing here. And then the volume control sort of cuts it on and off. But again, if we rock the pedal, we can get a higher frequency. And so everything interacts with each other, and how and everything interacts with each other. So the volume, the tone controls on the guitar, where the selector switch is, and the wah-wah pedal itself, they all have a bearing on the sound. So there you go, for me, a lifetime mystery solved. I never really knew how they did it, and by listening to the Rock On Tours, I found out how they did it, and I've just been able to do it myself. So, you know, if you've got a wah-wah pedal and you want to make those seagull sounds, then that's how you do it. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.